Liverpool have been my heroes all my life. But who introduced me these heroes? My own hero. Today I want to show all of you all my hero, my dad, Mr. Shan. The hero who introduced me to all the heroes. Welcome to my show.
Welcome, vanakkam.
Vanakkam. Thank you for everything, first of all. And I want to wish you happy birthday as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, tell me, when did you decide Liverpool was your favorite team?
That was the year my son was born, my eldest son was born. That is
Oh, that was me.
1978.
Yes. Okay.
Prior to that, I was a die-hard fan of Leeds United.
Ah, okay, okay.
They were the legends and they were till today they were the best. In the 70s, nobody can shake them.
Right.
And their players were all British internationals.
Understand.
I think you would have known
Yes,
Norman
yes.
Hunter, Jack Charlton,
Yeah.
Alan Clark. They were the best.
Right.
I think they were the better team than England squad.
Yes, yes. In fact, when I interviewed a Leeds fan, I did tell them it was my father who actually introduced me Liverpool, but he also spoke to me a lot about Leeds. So why change from Leeds to Liverpool?
Because of the manager. The manager was greedy. All of a sudden, he quit the club and he went to Middle East.
Right.
After he went, the club slowly started collapsing.
Right. Okay.
And from the Premier League, they went down to Division 1 and all that. And all their players all, some retired, some just gave up.
Right. Understand. But what Liverpool attracted you at that time? I'm sure something happened. A lot of great players.
After I missed my club, I was not supporting any club for almost 2 years.
Right.
And once my son was born, at that time, those days I used to buy this magazine, Shoot magazine. It comes from England.
Right.
So I go through the magazine. So I was attracted to Liverpool Sports Club.
I see.
Bill Shankly was the manager.
Yeah, okay.
He was just unimaginable.
Right. Understand. Yes, it was a big legend for Liverpool
Yes,
as well.
he was
at that
a legend.
time. Yeah. Okay. So at that time, you cannot watch this game in local TV.
No,
only
can. Once a week.
Once a week.
Once a week.
Okay, but what about when you went to play? I mean, I'm sure you played the game as well.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and you would have gone to the local stadiums as well. But
Yes,
you remember the first game that you watched live in the stadium?
Live in the stadium was England B against Malaysia.
Where was this in?
It was Merdeka Stadium.
Okay.
And the England B's goalkeeper was, if I'm not mistaken, Joe Corrigan.
Okay. Yes.
And there was the shot taken by Muqtadari. That was a bullet shot.
Right.
Corrigan cannot catch, just pushed away. Muqtadari was in top form that time.
Yes. This was in the early 80s, I suppose. 70s, 80s.
Early 80s.
Early 80s as well. Okay. So when did you start playing football? I'm sure you started.
I started playing around 16, 17 years old.
Okay.
We used to train together, all our players. And the important thing is, we made our own field and we had our own field.
You made your own field. Okay. Where was this?
That is now you call Complex Sukan Panamaran.
Okay. So you guys had your own team?
Yes. We cannot afford to go and register with the Klang District Football Association. Then after 2 years, we registered our club and we were playing in Division 2.
I see. What is the team's name?
Anna Youth.
Anna Youth, okay. And which position you played?
I used to play right back and centre back.
Right back and centre back. Who was your idol that time?
You mean to say local?
Could be local, could be international. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason why you want
There
to
was
play
a guy in Klang. He used to play for Indian Recreation Club, IRC Klang.
Okay.
To me, he was my idol and he used to teach me how to play.
Right.
He was just, anytime he can play into Malaysian squad. He's a centre back, big size, around 6 feet, around 80 kg.
Okay.
The only weakness is every time he goes for selection, they drop him because he had a hole in the heart.
Okay.
He is centre back. Nobody can just cross him.
Right. So he was considered
His
your
name was Jacob.
Jacob. Okay.
His elder brother was Arul. He was a striker for the club. He was the best. For me, the idol was Jacob.
So he was considered your first coach.
Because he gives tips how to play.
Okay. All right. So you come from a big family, all your brothers and all that. So do your brothers also followed you?
No.
So you're the only one.
I was the only one.
So how was it? I mean, you have a big family. How was it being a rebel playing football? Was it your family supportive? Did they have any issues?
No, they had no issues, but they didn't support me, but they had no issues.
All right. Okay. And from this Anna Youth, did you continue playing? Did you join any other club, or did you you just played for that team only? Right. So at that time, I think the Malaysian football standard was also
Very high.
Very high, and a lot of good players were playing at that time. And at that time, later on, you also start into managing. I think you were assisting your brother-in-law and your friends and all that. So how was it?
When I was playing, the late Arumugam Spider-Man was a small boy. He used to come and watch the game, and
in Panamaranda.
No, that is what is in Portland.
Portland, okay. So he later on joined Starbright.
He built his own club.
He built his own club. Yes.
Starbright.
Starbright and all that. Okay. Yeah,
his father was also a very good footballer. He was a keeper. His father was a keeper.
Father was a keeper as well.
He was a keeper for the late Dato Arun, Mantri Besar Selangor. They all played for his club. One thing, Starlight.
I see. Okay. So from there, then he formed his club, Starbright and all that. And I was talking about management just now. So how was managing a football club back then?
It's very, very expensive.
Very expensive.
Because the players were demanding.
Okay.
They want transport fees, game fees. After that, after the game, refreshment and all that, everything we have to pay. We have to dump out our own food.
Right. And which league was it?
It was in KL Premier League. Cholan Youth.
Daniel Premier League, is it?
No. That was not Daniel, Premier League.
Premier League.
They were in Division 1.
So Cholan Youth, so you and your brother-in-law was managing the club.
He was the assistant manager.
Right. And the standard of play at that time, especially, I know it's not it's professional league, it is still people who are working in and then coming and playing that. How was it at that time? Because you had your full-time job, and then after that you have to start coming and playing football.
When I went and joined the club, former coach Rajagopal, he was playing for Cholan.
Okay.
He played for one season when I was there. After that,
for Cholan.
Cholan.
I see. Okay. And this Cholan, I think they were a KL-based team.
KL-based team.
They are in the Ipoh Road, right?
Not in Ipoh Road. They was in KL.
Yeah, in KL now.
The manager was the late Mr. Joseph Jagan. He was the Malaysia Indian Sports Council Secretary General.
Right. Okay. So you have seen the standard and you say it was high. How do you compare that to nowadays, the football style of Malaysia?
Now the standard is improving, but I think those days they were the best.
Yeah.
Because the ones when they enter the field, they give 100% full commitment.
Okay.
Full commitment. No hanky-panky. Once they are hurt, they say, I'm hurt, I'm going out.
Okay. So now you think the players nowadays, their commitment level not to the standard as it used to be?
Sorry to say, now I think everything is money at present.
Right. I understand. Okay, so you have played, you have coached as well, of course.
No, I didn't coach.
I mean, you were
assisting the
manager and all that. But what do you think was, of course you said money was the reason why the standards have dropped right now. But if you look into Indian players nowadays, compared to back then, there were more Indian players.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And a lot of players represented Malaysia as well. And do you have any experience of this players? Who are the players that probably you used to watch back then? And
like when I was assisting my club, the late Gunalan, former Selangor player, Malaysian player, if I'm Gunalan. And there were some boys from Kappa, they were very good. Very good, like Krishnamurti and those people.
Right.
Anytime they can play for Selangor, but I don't know for what reason they were not selected.
Not selected. And now, as we come to 2022 and all that, we can count number of Indian players actually playing in Malaysia. But the last few seasons, we have seen a few coming up. We have seen Kunalan, Gurusamy all coming up as well, Tamil Arsan and all that. But from all I've seen, I hardly find any Indian forwards nowadays. How was it back then? Was there a lot of Indian strikers who played? Or most of them defenders and midfield only?
No, lot of strikers.
They had a lot of strikers.
Yeah.
Is it because we all know striker is considered like the superstar role and all that, and it's very difficult for someone to get. Is it because of being a minority is very difficult to push ourselves there, or you think there's some other reason, or we are not gifted as an attacking player, more to a defensive player?
To me, defensive.
We are defensive. Right.
And I'd like to tell you something. There was a guy in Klang, close friend of mine, was to play for IRC and then he went to Armed Forces. He's a Chindian.
Okay.
His name is Kim Leong.
Okay.
Was one of the best forwards in Klang.
Right.
It seemed like they built all like a very big, tough guy, but one of the best strikers. Then he went and joined Armed Forces.
Armed Forces.
He played for Armed Forces.
Okay. Right. And you mentioned about Mokhtar Dari and you watched the game live as it. So
actually Mokhtar Dari, before playing for Selangor, he used to play for
Konyik Bank.
No, from his hometown. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I forgot the name, from Banting. Dusun Durian Estate or something like that.
Yes. Then he joined Konyik Bank as well.
Then Pikanes.
Yeah, Pikanes.
But all estate boys, but there were, I think, 75% all Indian boys and few Malays.
So Mokhtar Dari is a legend, and even until today is spoken about as well. And you had a chance seeing it. How was he? I mean, as a striker, I mean, he's feared around the world.
Yes, because he was. Once he entered the field, he's fully dedicated to the game. He goes all out, and he motivates all his players to play. Kita boleh menang. That's his motive. Kita boleh menang. Jangan takut. And the players also all follow him.
All followed him as well. Another player I want to ask you is Sochinaun. Sochinaun recently, last month, FIFA confirmed that he is the highest capped player in the world. In the world. Okay, so this data somehow did not go to FIFA. They have just confirmed end of November last year. He's the highest capped player. Did you have a chance seeing him play?
I've seen him playing.
Yeah.
Yes. In the Selangor League, he was playing for, if I'm not mistaken, he was playing for SCRC.
Right. SCRC, okay.
He, Wong Chunwa, and the late keeper, what's his name? I forgot his name. He played professional football in Hong Kong also.
Right.
So Sochinaun is very calm and cool. And his partner, right-hand man, was Santok Singh. I've seen Santok Singh personally play for the club. The best.
Right.
They got a very good understanding.
I think all these veteran players have really brought the standard of Malaysia high, but due to many reasons, they have gone down a bit.
Because they were all fully dedicated to the game. Not like this modern footballers, because they are paying me, I'm playing. Those days, nothing paid. Only most they give them the food and transportation.
You used to tell me about when you were managing the club, if you win, you get 10 ringgit, or you draw 5 ringgit, or lose something. How that it works actually? I mean, it's like any friendly game or a league game?
No, league game.
So this is considered as salary. So if they score goals and all that, they get nothing like that. So as long as the team wins, you get 10 ringgit. Okay, interesting. I think now we are talking about millions of ringgit right now and all that. Okay, so I want to ask you also about current situation. I think you have supported Liverpool from '78. So Klopp have come in, have changed the whole, the way Liverpool plays, because we didn't win the league for 30 years. Then we won the league. So what do you think about Klopp and his?
I'd like to mention something.
Yeah.
Before Klopp, Rafael Benitez.
Yeah, Benitez.
He brought the club to top form.
Yes.
Compare with Klopp, Rafael did a splendid job. They won the
Champions League, yeah.
Champions League. After that, I don't know for what reason he quit the club. Brendan Rodgers came in.
Later on, yeah.
I think he's more of a technical man. After that, only Klopp came. Klopp was doing a beautiful job in Borussia Dortmund in Germany.
Yes.
Then he came here.
So what do you think changed? I mean, of course, Benitez have already created something that was missing, but winning the league was the biggest thing, right?
Yes.
First we won 1990, then Klopp brought it in as well. So you see his game style now with playing with the 3 strikers, 3 forwards and all. What do you think you like about Klopp's display?
Klopp's game is more like technically. He says, don't stick to one position. If you are a left back or a right back, go forward.
Yeah.
And midfielders attack, defensive midfield and then attacking midfield.
Yeah. And where you think Liverpool will end? Do you think they will be having more success? Because last year we didn't win anything after a great season. But where you think we will be this year?
I think they'll succeed, but the management must buy some players. Management is filthy, stingy. They take all the money from here and they dump in a club in England, in US.
Yeah. So we have just bought Luis Diaz.
Only one striker. They should have bought one attacking midfielder or attacking defensive midfielder.
Yeah, because only Fabinho there and that's not attacking.
See, like now, Thiago is injured.
Yeah.
So no attacking midfielder. They got one youngster. He's good. Not to say he's bad. He's good. But it will take some time.
Of course, Thiago and Harvey Elliott, these are the 2 players are back from injury now. And as I said, we are looking forward for the first cup after so long, right? The Carabao final.
If I'm not mistaken, I think for Milner, this is the last season.
Yeah.
He'll be going on.
I think he's going to go into coaching. Yeah.
So we must get somebody now and grooming for his place. Milner's. Anderson also is getting old.
Yep. Most of the midfield players are getting old.
Keita is not consistent. He's injury prone.
Yep.
He plays 2 games, 3 games, then 5-6 games he's out. Why? Huh? Why?
So, in Liverpool, who was your favourite footballer or the player who impressed you the most?
The most was John Barnes. Wing play was John Barnes.
Left winger, right? Yes.
And the striker was Ian Rush.
Ian Rush is like is a legend. He's the highest goal scorer for Liverpool and all that. He went to Juventus and then he came back here. How was he? I mean, he was brought in during the early 80s.
He was from an amateur club.
Yeah, from Wales, right?
Yes. And he came to England. And most of the other clubs, they thought, who is this fellow? He's a youngster. He was not recognized at all.
Right.
And all of a sudden, he played for 1 season and he just bloomed like anything.
I first watched him against Everton in the FA Cup final, 89.
He and Barnes had a very good understanding.
Correct. Yeah. I've heard a lot about this Steve Harvey. I never seen him play.
Super wing.
He's a left winger, is it?
To me, it's better than George Best.
Okay. Yes. I think it was a comparison between both of them,
that time all were playing together.
Right.
To me, he was the best.
Steve Harvey, yeah.
He's highway. He gets the ball.
Yeah.
On the other side was Eddie Gray. So Eddie Gray was his Leeds. Yes.
And
And the youngsters who came in that time was Robbie Fowler, followed by Michael Owens.
Michael Owen, then they had McManaman, all these players
Yes.
came later on. Yeah.
But among the youngsters, Fowler was the best.
Right. One player I wanted to ask you at the time, I think he was little bit Bruce Grobler.
Yes.
And he was.
He came in from Africa, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he's a South African.
South
yeah.
African, Zambia, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And he actually gave Liverpool different kind of flair at that time.
Yes,
He was
yes.
someone a keeper who always comes out from the box and all.
Yes.
Yeah.
He gambles.
He takes a lot of gambles. Yeah.
But he was consistent with his gambling. 90% he shares the shots.
Yeah. He was a very, very good goalkeeper back then. Yeah. Right. And yeah, so many players can be said. I mean, some players didn't make it in Liverpool. I mean, we paid a lot of big money for Chise and then Fernando Morientes.
Cisse was good, but he was
injured, right?
Injury prone.
Yeah. Morientes is another one.
Is a failure.
Yeah, it was a failure. We bought Jari Litmanen, another big player from Ajax. He also didn't.
He was not consistent.
Not consistent as well. So Liverpool always not known for buying big players.
Big players.
Yeah, but
usually Liverpool buy some raw talent, groom them.
yeah.
Same like what Arsene Wenger used to do with Arsenal.
Yeah.
He knows that that's a diamond, it's an uncut diamond, buys them and polish them, like Thierry Henry and
Anelka also, eh?
Anelka and all this. They become, and he's one among the managers. Arsene Wenger was one of the best.
In the league, yeah.
Like Alex Ferguson, he buy expensive players
Yeah.
and assemble them. Same like what Mourinho did.
money again. Okay, so I want, since you
But Liverpool is not a rich club.
yeah,
It's a moderate club. So they cannot afford like what MU can afford.
correct. So with that said, the most expensive defender Liverpool have bought is Van Dijk. So you are a centre back yourself. How you think Van Dijk is?
Van Dijk is very good.
Yeah.
He's damn good.
You compare him to Sami Hyypiä and the defenders back then.
Semi Appiah also was good. Semi was good.
I think Liverpool had quite a number of. I mean, I remember back then Gary Ablett also was there. A few defender. Alan Hansen.
Hansen,
yeah.
yes.
All
He was a right back or left back?
Yeah, but I think Van Dijk have actually, in a way, have been the reason Liverpool's success have made the defensive very strong with
Yes,
Case coming in.
yes.
And I think it's a very key player for.
Key player at present is the backbone for Liverpool.
Right.
And Matip, he and Matip got a very good understanding. Joe Gomez also is good, but he's young. He has to improve.
Yeah. So, what about the Trent and Robertson? These two left back and right back. They tend to create more chance than any other. I mean, Trent reminds me of Cafu and all these defenders.
Trent, I prefer
Robertson, yeah, because he's a little bit more defensive, right?
And he attacks also very good. But this guy, he attacks, but his defense is a bit like Trent.
Right.
Midfield, Thiago is damn good.
Yeah, I think.
And
it's just,
the Baldi, Fabinho, is a defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, I think Thiago is a little bit coming towards in the end of his
career.
Yeah. So it's not as consistent when he was for Munich and
He's consistent, but he's a bit injury prone.
injury prone.
The worst thing is, he's good, Keita. He's good, but injury prone.
Injury prone. Okay.
Sadio Mane and Salah, they're good.
Yeah.
Fabinho is just fading.
Firmino.
The other guy, Jota, is good. Now they bought one new guy, Diaz, Luis Diaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen his game, but I what they're putting in the newspapers is a good player.
Yeah.
There are three youngsters. Elliot.
Yeah, Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott is good.
Yeah.
He's good.
I think Harvey Elliott is there, and then Also, there's another youngster they're going to buy from Fulham.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Brazilian is.
It's a Portuguese actually, Fabio Cavallo.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's another Fulham.
They're having a very high impression. We don't know how
Yeah.
his performance.
Lastly, I want to ask you one question. Because you mentioned you've seen how Mokhtar Dari played. Okay, after that, we have seen some great players. I mean, you have probably seen Pele, Maradona, and all this. Then we had Messi and Ronaldo conquering for almost 15 years. Then Salah is now is upcoming player. A lot of debate about him being one of the best and or is considered reaching there. What do you think, in your view, Salah is? You think he's the best or he's still far away? And what's your view?
I think he's still far away.
Still far away.
He still have to perform.
Okay.
All-time best at present for me is Messi.
Messi. All right. Although you think that Messi is getting older now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But his touch is still there. Like if he comes and play for half an hour or 20 minutes, he perform miracles.
Right. You think if, let's say, I mean, as you said, our club is very stingy, Liverpool, if had a chance, should look into bringing Messi, would you think that would be ideal?
No,
Yeah. Why?
because he's too old.
Ah.
He cannot perform for full 90 minutes. Maximum he can play is half a game,
And
45 minutes.
English game is faster than
Yes,
the
yes,
French league
yes,
and all
yes.
that. Right? Around the
I got
world,
a few
as
friends.
well.
When we gather, we only talk about Liverpool Football Club. They are die-hard Liverpool Club. If one name is Mr. Ganesan from
Yeah.
Portland, he's a marathon runner.
Yeah.
But he is a die-hard fan of Liverpool. And one more is Mr. Pandi and his son Maran. They are both die-hard fans of Liverpool. I
Right.
like to mention that thing. Yeah. Whenever there's a game, they'll call me and tell me what time is the game or what time is the result.
Yeah.
In case I miss the game.
Yeah. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for coming today. I think we learned a lot about yourself. And again, happy birthday to you again.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. All right, guys, that's all from me. This is Jay. Thank you and see you for the next show.